Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we crack open corporate filings to see what really goes on behind the numbers, and yes, sometimes what companies are trying to slide past us today. We are diving deep into Lite Strategy Incorporated's newest report. An 8K, think of an 8K as a company's way of quickly telling the world about a big, important event that is happening outside of their regular financial reporting schedule. We're talking about major stuff that could really move the needle. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's decode what Lite Strategy has been up to. And hey, before we dive in, if you are new here and you like getting these straightforward insights without the corporate jargon, make sure you subscribe. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we do even more deep dives. Alright, let's cut to the chase. This report is all about a big stockholder meeting that happened on the 12th of February 2026. And the main event, they approved something called the 2026 Omnibus Equity Compensation Plan. Now, what does that actually mean for you and me? And more importantly, for the shareholders? Basically, this plan is a way for the company to give out stock and stock options to its employees, especially those in leadership. It is designed to motivate them to perform well by tying their rewards directly to how well the company does. The board liked this plan back in December, but they needed the shareholders to give it the final nod, and well, they got it. This also means a previously discussed grant of options to a Mr. Justin J. File can now officially move forward. These options, called replacement options, allow him to buy 455,000 shares of the company's stock. The nitty-gritty details of these options were actually filed in another report back in November. But the key takeaway here is that shareholder approval for the overall plan clears the path for these specific stock grants. It is like getting permission to build a house and then getting the go-ahead to start framing a specific room. But that wasn't all that happened at this meeting. The shareholders also voted on electing directors. Now, directors are the folks who oversee the company's big decisions and make sure management is doing its job. Two individuals, Mr. Justin J. File and Mr. Joshua Reisman, were up for election to serve until 2029. Looking at the votes, both of them got a plurality, meaning more votes for them than against, though there were a significant number of withheld votes and quite a few broken non-votes. Broken non-votes happen when the people holding shares on behalf of others don't have instructions on how to vote those shares. This is something to keep an eye on, as a large number of withheld or non-votes can sometimes signal shareholder concern or disengagement. Next up was an advisory vote on executive compensation. This is often called a say on pay vote. Shareholders got to weigh in on how the company is paying its top executives. The results showed that the proposal was approved, but again, there was a notable number of votes against it. Nearly 5.6 million shares were voted against the executive compensation. While the proposal passed, this level of opposition indicates that a significant portion of the shareholders might not be entirely happy with how the company is compensating its top brass. It is like getting a passing grade, but a C or a D, not an A. They also voted on ratifying the appointment of CB's CPAs as the company's independent auditors for the fiscal year ending the 30th of June 2026. This is pretty standard stuff. Auditors are crucial for ensuring that a company's financial statements are accurate and reliable, giving investors confidence. This proposal was overwhelmingly approved, with nearly 19 million shares voting for it. That is a strong endorsement of the choice of auditors. Let's circle back to the director elections. For Mr. Justin J. File, there were 7,554,160 votes in favour and 4,779,999 votes withheld. For Mr. Joshua Reisman, it was very similar, with 7,558,908 votes for and 477,525 Withheld, the broker non-votes were a substantial 7102971 for both. This means that while they were elected, a significant chunk of shares abstained or didn't vote on their election. It's not a resounding mandate, and it could suggest some shareholders are not fully convinced or are perhaps waiting to see more concrete results before giving their full backing. Now, looking at these results more broadly, what does it all mean? The approval of the 2026 equity plan is a positive sign for employee motivation and aligns executive interests with shareholder value. However, the mixed signals from the director elections and executive compensation votes warrant attention. While the company is moving forward with its compensation strategy and auditor appointments, the level of dissent or abstention in key votes suggests that management and the board need to be mindful of shareholder sentiment and perhaps focus on improving communication and demonstrating tangible value creation. The number of broken non-votes in particular highlights the importance of active shareholder engagement and clear communication of company strategy to beneficial owners. The fact that these votes are happening at the annual meeting tells us that these are the crucial decisions shareholders get to make about the company's governance and future direction every year. So, What is our take on Lite strategy incorporated following this report? The company is clearly focused on incentivizing its leadership through equity compensation, which can be a powerful tool. The election results for the directors, while they passed, show there is room for improvement in garnering unanimous support. This might indicate a need for clearer communication from the board about their vision and strategy for the coming years. The say on pay vote with a noticeable number of dissenters is a red flag that management should address. Are their compensation packages truly reflective of performance in a way that satisfies shareholders? It is a question that needs an answer. Overall, Lite strategy appears to be in a phase of structuring its long-term incentives and ensuring its governance is in place, but it needs to work on strengthening shareholder confidence and ensuring that executive pay is perceived as fair and performance-driven. Alright, that is our breakdown of Lite Strategy Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think the equity plan is a good move, or are the compensation votes a cause for concern? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description where we can continue this conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.